Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Oh boy howdy, my name's Sam. How we doing? We're bringing Shane back today, I think. We're gonna talk about the series that I've started, made progress in, continued, DNF'd, have going currently on in my life. It's stressful, I'm overwhelmed. It's fine. I figured it'll be fun. We can go over my series tracker. I can show you a little bit of how it looks, how I keep track of things. It's really, honestly, on the more simple side of my tracking. I will have a different video, I think it'll come out for this one, of how I track my stats and journal stuff. Like, all of those things will be in a different video. But series, we gotta get down to business because some of my goals for 2025, crazy year, happen to be that I would like to lower my series a little bit, make some progress in some series. I definitely love starting series. It's so fun. You can't go wrong. I also put a lot on the back burner, especially older series that I started as I was beginning my channel and trying to find my reading taste and things that I really enjoyed. I definitely picked up a lot of series. And I have weird loyalty issues where I don't want to DNF series. But sometimes they need the boot, and sometimes they do. And I also just have low priorities. So we're going to get into it all. We're going to get into the nitty gritty. Hopefully it won't be too nitty gritty because we're not trying to be here forever. But here I have my series tracking spreadsheet. I keep it all in my compile spreadsheet and I just make multiple tabs to track my stuff. So here are my series. It starts back in 2016 when I really started getting back into reading and tracking what I read and just really, diving in. But 2021, when I started my channel, is when the series really began. So I think we're gonna rip the band-aid off. We're gonna just talk about my stats first, which is the scariest part. So up at the top, I have my color coordinating strips so that I know what columns mean what. White, just the standard color, is an ongoing series, which means that there are books that are out that I can be reading, or it's a complete series and I'm not caught up on it. The lightly darker blue is for up-to-date series that I'm caught up on. Often are books that probably came out in 2024 and I'm waiting for the next release. And then we've got a slightly darker blue than that, which means it's a finished series, which means I've read them all, which is great. And then a little bit darker from that is the series that I have DNF'd. I do DNF series. I don't necessarily mind. For whatever reason, DNFing a series rather than a book feels easier for me, but it's still a hard decision to be why am I doing this? Am I sure? And then another recent addition this year is that I have a little in-between color that is for low priority series. These are series that I'm reading, I'm in the middle of, but for whatever reason aren't top of the list concerns for me, not something that I'm jumping for joy to get to the next book in. And then we have the series breakdown. Yeah, I have started 187 series. Is that a lot? Maybe. I have 109 ongoing series, which means that I could be reading currently in 109 series. That's bad. I'm caught up on 36. Not great, but I will be honest, with my 2025 goals of finishing 10 series and making progress in 10 series, I have already made progress in 1 or 2 series and I finished 3 or 4. So I think we're setting myself up for a good year. I think it's nice. A lot of books are coming out right now, so it's just happening and it's a good time. My stats will luckily be hopefully better by next year. As we continue, I have finished 33 of those series and I've DNF'd 45 of them. So not terrible, not bad. Having DNF'd 25% of the series that I have started is good because that means I'm not concerned about those ones and I don't have to worry. I do still track all of my series, so even if I've DNF'd it, I still keep it on my tracker so that I can see everything and look back. This is just my 5-year tracker. I'll have a fresh start in 2026 to 2030, I think, which feels far too futuristic and incomprehensible for me. This is just 21, kind of 2016, but really when I started seriously tracking 2021 through 2025. So as we can see, there's a bar graph below which says in 2021 I started 21 series. Normal. Nice. That's a beginner's reading year, if you can tell. 22, I started 35 series. And in both 2023 and 2024, I've started 62 series each year. I don't know how that happened. It really comes out at you real quick. So yikes, big yikes. But it's fine. It's okay. Now we're going to scroll over, and these are my series. These are the series that I've started them, all 187 series that I have begun in my recent of years. These top ones where we're really just talking stuff that I was reading in high school, I'm not super pressed to get on with. I've finished some. Caraval is the only series that it's Samantha, what's wrong with you? Why haven't you done this? Something's not clicking. But I do have plans to read both Finale and Spectacular here in the new year. So that'll be an easy one to check off when I'm like, ready. But then we have some series that like I just haven't picked up, haven't been concerned about. They're ones that I'm like kind of iffy on, but I still finish some things. Some we DNF. Will I ever like say just because I DNF'd a series that I won't return to it? No, I probably will, but it is definitely like 12-book series are a lot, and so you just got to ease into those kinds of things. A lot of these are just hopes. A lot of them are, they weren't intended to be series, like House of Salt and Sorrow wasn't meant to be a series. It just kind of happened that way, and I'm thankful for it. But I'm luckily caught up, so I'm like waiting for the next one. But there's others where it's like, My Heart is a Chainsaw, would love to finish this. For whatever reason, I haven't. That's just the story of how it goes. You taste test a book for some reason. Often readathons or book clubs, you pick up more things maybe out of your comfort zone that you're not, typically gonna get, and then before you know it, you've started 187. Duologies especially, I think 2025 I will be finishing up as many duologies as I can, because goodness grief, why not? It's one book, one more book to read. Apparently, we've got some news that I'm not excited about. I'm mad about this. I've been informed that Alex Astor has decided that Lightlark needed to be a 5-book deal. I disagree entirely. I'm not happy about it. I'll probably still make content about it because that's what content creators do. But I'm not pleased. I'm not happy. It's fine. It's only making me want to pick up Skyshade even less. And I still haven't picked it up. So yikes on me. But let's move on from some of the exciting things that I'm actually actively reading, and let's try to find my 2024 and talk about the series that I've actually started and where we're at now. Unintentionally, I've started a couple series, such as the Mortal Enemies to Monster Lovers series, which is a series of a bunch of different authors coming together to give us a romantasy pick. Luckily, 2 of the books that I've read were in other series that I had already been reading, which was The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, as well as the Legend of Thesmar series. So it makes sense that I have been prioritizing them and trying to, read within series, as we can see right down here, my completed series of The Legend of Thesmar. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. 6 books, including the prequel novella, and I believe also including Slaying the Shadow Prince, which is kind of the spin-off in that series up above. So, I can do it. I can definitely finish series. I'm learning that I'm really good at finishing romantasy series, but not any other series. I think because there's usually momentum for finishing, because there's hype, you're usually starting it and it's leading up to a new release because they come out pretty quick. Also, when you're buddy reading with your best friend, that tends to also happen where you're just going through them quickly, because what better way to read? A lot of my duologies I'm actually in the middle of. Some that are going to have releases coming out very soon, which is exciting. Some that you're just, caught up on, and it feels nice. A lot of Danielle L. Jensen has started this year. Things like Fred the Vampire Accountant, that series. I think there's 8 books. 8 books is a lot. So it's definitely a low priority, but not so low that it needs to be tagged low priority. It's a very subjective organization system I've got going on. I just, for whatever reason, can't always decide, like, do I think that Fred the Vampire Accountant is like a standout series that I'm like so excited to continue? No, but I do think that it'll be great for readathons, and it's definitely one of those back pocket rainy day series to have, But a lot of these I'm waiting on releases. So mangas, I'm pretty decent at being caught up. I just purchased Rebel Witch. I'm so excited to get this. I cannot wait. Another release that's coming out that I'm so excited about, Faith Breaker. Just bought that from Illumicrate. Like, I'm gonna thrive in series this year. I cannot wait. It's so exciting. But also there's a few things that like I picked up for a readathon, such as the Banicula books. These are children's to maybe middle grade books about a family who have a cat and a dog, and they find a bunny, and they swear this bunny is a vampire. And it's a very cute series, but it's not something that I'm interested in continuing, so I've tagged it as my DNF, and then I usually will just enter the year in which I've completed it so that I know that it's done. A lot of the beginning series that I read in the year, I definitely am like less interested in, so I definitely have not been shy of DNFing a few things here and there. Sanctuary of Shadows, that series, if it becomes a series, no, not for me. But I also have things like the series for Vita Nostra. A lot of people I don't think know that there's a sequel for it, and it's one of those books that I was like, I'm gonna read it. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I'm so excited. The audiobook's on Hoopla. Like, I'm thriving in this economy. Put it on 5 bajillion TBRs and just never read it. And it's like, why do you do these things to yourself? Like, I am my own villain. I have a lot of things like that where it's like, I'm actually really excited to continue in the series. I just don't fit it into my life. What's up with that? Girls with Sharp Sticks was a series that I really enjoyed, and I do hope to continue. That's a young adult sci-fi. Got things like the Book of Tea duology. It's a duology. I might as well finish it, but I didn't love the first book. But I feel like if I give a book 3 stars and above, I will honestly, even 2 stars sometimes, but for the most part, 3 stars and above, I will finish the series. A couple 2 stars, I'll finish the series. But if it's like a real mid book, I am comfortable DNFing things. Like, I'm not afraid to DNF. A lot of new releases were read. We've got the new Hafez Faisal, Last Blood Carver by debut author Vanessa Lay, The Jasad Heir by debut author Sarah Hesham. I've talked about a lot of these books in recent videos, just talking about my end of year stuff. Things like worst books of the year, not going to continue on in the series, especially for videos that don't get enough hype. I can't believe that I started the Zodiac series. Like, I genuinely just read the prequel novella following 2 of the boys. We'll see if I continue. It's low priority right now, but I always say that I want to because it's popular and people love it and I want to be in the know. I get FOMO. I get FOMO like crazy. I just want to be like everybody else. I just want to know what's going on. I want to be on the inside jokes. It's heartbreaking. Kingdom of Lies is a romantasy series I finished. Like I said, romantasy series. Easy. But then there's like some that I've marked this as DNF. This is how to defeat a Dark Lord or die trying or something like that. And I didn't love it. I thought that the vibes were fun. I thought that there was humor to it. I thought that it was a little raunchy and, not quite my type of humor, but I didn't, hate it as much as a lot of people have. But yet I marked it as a DNF, and I guarantee I'll end up picking it up. Also, while we're here, just chatting about series, Bunny has been announced for its prequel/sequel, and I really want to know what that means. But it was such cute promotion from Mona Awad, and I'm so freaking excited! A lot of books that I read in previous years are just being turned into series out of nowhere. I'm not prepared for it. But I do have some graphic novels that I need to catch up on or complete. Some series that I need to read the first book, which usually I'm pretty good at not needing a reread to continue on in a series. Like, I am picking up Heavenly Tyrant by Sharon J. Zhao. I didn't reread Iron Window. Maybe I should have. But things like Bonesmith, I definitely want to reread before I pick up the sequel. So there's a lot of that going on as well, where it's like series that sit on here for too long. Do I have to do rereads? How do I remember stuff? All of those things are becoming key factors as I read more and more books. It's like, oh no. I have to reread things. So now I'm trying to not start as many series unless they're new releases so that I don't have this problem. But like I said, I have finished a lot of romantasy series. I think just because I enjoy them and they're easy to read and the audiobooks are easily bingeable. They don't take a lot of headspace to really dissect everything that's happening. You can just kind of enjoy the ride, and that's been really helpful for me. But a lot of romantasy things being picked up. This is one of my favorite graphic novel series that's ongoing. I cannot wait for the next one. No news on it yet, but I'm really excited for it. It's so cute. The last series that I picked up was the first book in the Magnolia Parks series. I wasn't going to do it. I was going to avoid it for as long as I could. I've seen so many spoiler videos and I still wasn't prepared for the book that I got, and I still enjoyed it. And as Kayla is continuing on in the series, I'm like, I feel like I need to be caught up. I feel like I also need to read them. So that's probably the biggest series that I started last year that's on. I think it just finished. I think book 5 came out and I think that's the last of them. But it's one of the longest series that I started. Okay, maybe that was a lie. But we've also got the Kingmaker Chronicles, which the first book is A Promise of Fire. It's all Greek mythology, romantasy, less bingeable. A little more cringe. Definitely feels more of its time than the more recent stuff we've been getting, but it's still a 5-book series. Okay, yeah, I haven't started too many giant series, and that feels kind of nice. Doable. A lot of duologies, and I feel like I can definitely nail some duologies. Proud of myself for finishing stuff. I'm proud of myself for catching things up. Like this one, that was one of the first series I finished this year. Good on me. Obviously, this is not the right tracking spreadsheet, so I can't update it, but it does definitely feel nice to have been reading series, especially at the start of the year. I finished quite a few. Just immediately, and that felt so good. I finally finished Fruits Basket. Yes! Those are the series that I have started. That's how I track them. It's a very simple tracking method. I find that this is easier for me to keep track of than anything else, just because it's simple. Simple is the way that I like to go when it comes to these things. But that's all of the series stats that you need to know. 187. I'm in the middle of 109, and we're going to lower that. I don't know if I should set a hard goal of I should get it to 70 or something like that, because I don't know if that's realistic, but I do also have plans to catch up on a lot of series, finish some series, finish duologies. Like, it feels doable, but I don't know if I should put like a hard number or if it should be like a percentage that I should try to finish. I know that on my bingo board from hell, which is in its own little goals video, I said that I just wanted to finish 10 series and get make progress in another, like a separate 10. And I feel like that's very doable because that'd be 20 that I make progress in, and in theory could maybe lower my 109 down to like 80, maybe 70, who knows. But yeah, putting like a hard number on it feels impossible. But it might be doable. Who knows? You can tell me what you think I should do, because I'm not necessarily somebody who wants like only 15 series ongoing or whatever. Like, I don't mind having a lot of series as long as I have made intentional plans to read some of them. Like, there's no point in starting a million series if I don't want to finish them. So I just am trying to be a little bit more conscious about it this year, I think, is the big goal. And, you know, that could be enough for me. And 2026, we can get some like hard stats and data for it, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. But that's going to be it for my little series video. Nothing too crazy. Let me know if you have any questions, if there's like more in my series tracker you think that I should pay attention to, or any future information you might want to know. But that's going to be it for today, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys very soon for my next one. If you made it to the end of this video, you can put a little book stack for all of the series that I'm in the middle of. And if you saw a series quickly like on my spreadsheet that you're interested in seeing more conversations around from me, let me know. Or if there's like a series that I absolutely must complete, let me know. And I will try to prioritize things, because sometimes I just need somebody to tell me what to do so that I can do things. So anyways, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna deal with this crazy lighting from the sun, and I'll see you guys another time. Bye.